this meeting of the Kalamazoo City Commission to order for Monday, February 15th, 2016. Clerk Borland, please call the roll.
Commissioner Anderson. Here. Commissioner Knott. Here. Commissioner Milzarek. Present. Commissioner Sykes. Here. Commissioner Urban. Here. Vice Mayor Cooney. Present. Mayor Hopewell.
Present. For our opening ceremony this evening, we will have an invocation by Reverend John McNaughton. I ask that you stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening, Reverend.
Good evening, Commissioners. Let us pray. We gather tonight in the midst of winter. Our special prayers is for the homeless and the hungry. By helping them, we can uphold our humanity. A man or a woman never stands so tall as when they bend to help children and the homeless. Lord, bless the city commissions and their family and staff in all that they do to help make our city center a center for caring. Bless our city police and fire departments and watch over their families as they have anxious nights when they are out on the street and when it's dangerous. We ask that you keep them safe and keep us all safe throughout the winter. We have 2 hospitals and we are proud to have them in our midst, especially when some of us are in the presence of death. We ask now that you bless the city, watch over us, and keep us watching out for one another. And we ask that we all remember Sergeant Robert Goodwin, for whose family are going through this time of grief. This we ask in your name, O Lord. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, we have a special presentation related to the May transportation millage. I ask that Linda Teeter, the chair of the Kalamazoo County Transportation Authority, come forward and provide us with some information this evening. Good evening, Madam Chair.
Good evening, Mayor Hopewell, Vice Mayor Cooney, Commissioners. My name is Linda Teeter. I live at 3757 Cedar Ridge in the city of Kalamazoo, and I come this evening on behalf of the Kalamazoo County Transportation Authority. I'm going to talk about countywide transportation this evening and those services that are available countywide on Metro County Connect and our community service vans. First of all, Sunday, February the 7th, we began Sunday service on Metro County Connect. And we provided over 75 rides that day, and I have not heard from Mr. McBride yet yesterday's totals, but people told us they were going to work, they were going shopping, and they were going to church. And we honored one of our longtime riders, Mr. Dan in Bronson Park that day, and he was on his way to teach Sunday school, and the first time ever that he's been able to use Metro County Connect. So we are really pleased to be able to do that, and we know that this will continue to grow. And beginning September the 6th, we'll be doing Monday through Friday to midnight service on Metro County Connect. And we know that we've heard in a long time about the need for Sunday service and the need for later night service. So we're really pleased to be able to do that, and that's the date that Metro Transit or fixed route service goes to late night service. Our Sunday service will start on fixed route service and greater frequency of route. We'll talk for just a minute again about what Metro County Connect is. And that is a curb-to-curb, sometimes door-to-door demand response service that is available to everyone in Kalamazoo County. In 2015, there were 154,707 rides, and there were 50,485 rides that originated either in the city or back into the city. So we have great use by the residents of the city of Kalamazoo for Metro County Connect. The Community Service Fund is a program that we've been highlighting, and it has been growing and growing. This is available to nonprofits throughout the county, particularly those who serve elderly or those who have disabilities. And the nonprofit can use a van for the day. We provide the van and the gas to this program. They provide the driver who has a CDL license. And in 2015, there were 60,000 rides that were utilized. And we have two community service vans, one that's placed at the Vicksburg South County Center and one at the Portage Senior Center that they use all the time in South County and in Portage to transport seniors to grocery shopping and appointments, etc. So as the mayor said, I'm here to talk about the May 3rd ballot question. We are nearly at the end of the 2013 term when voters countywide approved 0.4 mills to support the countywide service Metro County Connect and the community service vans. So after lots of deliberation, the Kalamazoo County Transportation Authority voted at the end of January to place a 0.315 mills for 5 years on the ballot on May the 3rd. This is a reduction again from the current 0.4 mills, and there's a couple of reasons why we're able to do that. One, the successful passage of the Central County Transportation Authority millage that now is going to fund part of the local match for fixed route service. The KCTA millage, or this 0.315, will fund the countywide demand response and community van service. Secondly is that we've had a little bit of a fund balance, and so we're able to been very fiscally prudent, and so we're able to expand service again and to reduce the millage countywide. The hours for Metro County Connect are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. now, and we'll expand in the fall. And you have in front of you a spreadsheet that shows the 5 years that the millage, if it's successfully passed countywide by the voters, that the expenses and the revenues that we anticipate over these 5 years. Again, we are very pleased to be able to provide this service with the support of the voters countywide, and that will be May 3rd. Mayor Hopewell, thank you again for having me here. And I am able to answer any questions that you have.
Any questions, commissioners? As always, thank you for your work. We know that this is a labor of love for you, and ensuring that our community has transportation and accessible and available and expanding. that's exactly what we need if we're going to continue to grow and develop and prosper. So thank you for your work, and Director McBride, you as well, and assisting and operating.
Thank you so much.
Commissioners, we have 2 proclamations this evening. I'll head to the podium. Commissioners, the first proclamation is for Sergeant Al Goodwin and his wonderful wife and my former principal is here, so I'm going to ask her to come to the podium and not send me to the office or anything, but Mrs. Goodwin, and I'm going to ask all the officers, if you are retired or presently serving in the Department of Public Safety, to please come and stand with Mrs. Goodwin. And Commissioner Sykes will be reading this proclamation this evening. Yes, we I have you stand right here. Commissioner Sykes.
Whereas Robert Al Goodwin dutifully served the City of Kalamazoo and the Department of Public Safety for 25 years, and whereas Sergeant Goodwin made many lasting contributions to this community and the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety, including improvements to the Speaker's Bureau and Office of Community Relations, and whereas Sergeant Goodwin's leadership led to the implementation of several lasting programs, such as the Citizens Watch Program, Ride-Along Program, Youth Group, Summer Camp for Youth, and the Citizen Complaint Office, and whereas Sergeant Goodwin was the first African American to retire from the Kalamazoo Police Department, having done so in 1976. Now, therefore, on behalf of the 51st Kalamazoo City Commission, I, Commissioner Shannon Sykes, do hereby recognize Robert Al Goodwin for his dedicated service to our community and posthumous promotion to the rank of sergeant, and I call this observance to the attention of all of our citizens.
Something told me I've got to write a note. You know, it's a little overwhelming to have this honor. And so if I break up a little bit, just be patient with me. Mayor Hopewell, City Manager Ritzman, Chief Hadley, council members, and honored guests. And I see we have a lot of honored guests and very pleased. Also family members. Our family members, most of them are sitting in the first and second row there.
Please stand. Let's recognize you as well.
It's wonderful to have us here, just, you know, because Al was a wonderful person. I want to thank you for honoring my husband, Al, with this promotion to sergeant. My family, I truly need to see him and acknowledge
much for his contributions to the Kalamazoo Public Safety Department of Police and the community at large. Al loved this city, and he loved his job. Everything he did as a police officer and all he accomplished more was born of that love. I know he will be humbled and honored by the recognition. Al protected and served this community with diligence, grace, and a sense of humor. He believed in and sought the good in everyone and treated people from all walks of life with respect and dignity. And he always encouraged young people, some of whom are here today, to strive for excellence. Al's promotion is evidence of his continued impact on Kalamazoo and the citizens. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge Captain Vic Ledbetter and Captain J.C. Randolph, who approached me a few years ago to learn more about Al and his experience with the police department, as well as those other black police officers. Unbeknownst to me, they planned a scene for Al's recognition, and for that I'm very grateful. And he would be very proud of you, your cognitive health. You know what I'm saying. Chief Hadley, and the commitment you had to serve in the city of Kalamazoo. On behalf of my family and my late husband, thank you again for honoring Al with this well-deserved promotion.
I'm going to say a couple words about Mrs. Goodwin and this family. And you can imagine when Al was on this department, all the challenges that he went through. And you can imagine how sort of breaking that ceiling has helped all of these folks that are serving every single day. But I can also tell you about a wonderful lady who taught in this school system for many, many years and was one of the best principals I've ever known. My principal at Northeastern. I got in trouble a few times, so we had a very special, unique relationship. But she was outstanding. Our children were in no better hands than in Mrs. Goodwin's hands. So tonight we honor certainly Al and his contributions, and honored to be able to promote him to sergeant. But we also honor you and the love that you have shown for every single child that has been in your presence, in your schools, or in your classroom. I love you. We now have a proclamation for Chinese New Year, and I believe the Vice Mayor has this proclamation.
This is a proclamation for the Chinese community on the occasion of the Chinese New Year. Would people please come up to the mic?
Those that are coming to receive the proclamation.
Stretching out, I'll say, do it. Okay. Whereas Kalamazoo's Chinese community greatly contributes to the diverse and multicultural character of the city of Kalamazoo, and whereas Chinese New Year is an important Chinese festival celebrated at the turn of the traditional Chinese calendar, and whereas the Chinese New Year was celebrated on February the 8th, 2016, with the beginning of the Year of the Monkey, now therefore, on behalf 21st City Commission and Mayor Bobby J. Hopewell, I, Vice Mayor Don Cooney, do hereby recognize the celebration of the Chinese New Year and wish a Happy New Year to all those celebrating in the city of Kalamazoo.
Thank you. Okay, we're close. Thank you. 新年快乐. Okay, Mayor Hopewell and Vice Mayor Cooney and commissioners. My name is Jamie Lesman, and I'm extremely honored to accept this award on behalf of the Chinese community in the Greater Kalamazoo area. The Chinese Association of Greater Kalamazoo, also known as CAGK, was formally chartered in February 1981 with a potluck dinner party held at Western Michigan University Wesley Foundation to celebrate Chinese New Year and to launch CAGK with the first annual business meeting. It has been 35 years since the very first Chinese celebration in Kalamazoo, which means there have been 34 presidents who contributed their time and their excellent leadership to serve this diverse community. And we thank you all for your dedication. And CAGK's mission is to promote Chinese heritage as well as to bridge Chinese culture to the local community. CAGK has members from every part of the world as well as various ethnicity backgrounds. Kalamazoo offers the richest cultural diversity that cultivates this unique and proud community. Many of us are proud to call Kalamazoo our home, and there are many CAGK affiliations, including educational and cultural organizations, sharing the same ideology to preserve the essence of Chinese tradition. And currently, CAGK is going through a transition period, especially after annual Chinese New Year celebration. And I was very fortunate to be elected as the president of 2016. And Christopher Shire was the interim president before our board meeting last week. Therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Christopher Shire and his effort to make this proclamation come true for CAGK. And finally, I would like to thank Vice Mayor Cooney and Mayor Hopewell and the commissioners of City of Kalamazoo for this historical moment. Thank you so much. 谢谢.
Good evening. My name is Art Toy. I am the current school board president for the Modern Chinese School of Kalamazoo. Our students meet every Friday evening to the chagrin of their parents who have to say no to Friday night football. But it's a tradition where we learn the culture, the language, and other activities such as dance and kung fu. And on behalf of Modern Chinese Schools, our students, our parents, and faculty would like to thank you for this very nice award.
Lots to celebrate in the community. That is awesome. Commissioners, we are now on item C, adoption of the formal agenda. Do you have any changes to the agenda? Yes. Vice Mayor Cooney?
I would like to move F9 to the regular agenda.
F9 to the regular agenda. Any other items, Commissioners? Hearing none, anyone in the audience wanting to address an item under the consent agenda, that item will need to be moved to the regular agenda. If you have such an item, please indicate at this time. Seeing none, communications, Manager Ritzman.
Just want to draw attention to the work session scheduled for next Monday, February the 22nd at 4 p.m. at the Metro Transit Conference Room. This will be a follow-up discussion to the Blue Ribbon Revenue Panel report, and hopefully the Commission will also have an opportunity to receive that report, and we can work on identifying how to proceed with recommendations and options. So look forward to that meeting next week. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. The consent agenda, please.
First, we have approval of a contract with Peerless Midwest Incorporated in the amount of $107,580 to perform well rehabilitations and repairs for production wells 8-1B and 8-2 at Water Pumping Station 8 on East Kilgore. Rehabilitation of production well 24-1A at Water Pumping Station 24, the El Sabo. Well testing, evaluation, and necessary rehabilitation of production well 12-2B at Water Pumping Station 12, Dahan. Well testing and production wells 24-3 and 24-11A at Water Pumping Station 24, and the plugging of old production well 24-9 at Water Pumping Station 24. Next is the approval of a month-to-month contract with Republic Services for bulk trash and curbside recycling for February and March 2016 in the amount of $158,864. Next is the approval of the purchase of a Cisco Unified Communications Voice over Internet Protocol telephone system through the State of Michigan Cooperative MyDeal Purchasing Program to be installed by NETEC Corporation in the amount of $174,016. Next is the approval of the purchase of 3 40-foot buses from Gillard Corporation for an amount not to exceed $1,287,819. Next is the adoption of a notice of intent resolution for the issuance of general obligation limited tax bonds in an amount not to exceed $5.25 million for the purpose of financing fiscal year 2016 capital projects. Next is the adoption of a resolution to amend and correct resolution number 15-29 regarding the amended and restated Brownfield Plan Amendment number 26. Next is the adoption of a resolution recognizing the Community AIDS, Resource, and Education Services of Southwest Michigan as a nonprofit organization operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license. Next is the adoption of a resolution recognizing the 60th District Service Office Incorporated as a nonprofit organization operating in the community for the purpose of obtaining a charitable gaming license. Next is the acceptance of a Michigan Blight Elimination Program grant from the state of Michigan in an amount up to $217,350. Next is the acceptance of a grant from William D. Johnston for a youth development pilot program in the amount of $150,000. Next is the approval of the following appointments and reappointments to boards and commissions. The appointment of Chuck Kleinert to the Kalamazoo Municipal Golf Association for a term expiring on January 1, 2019. The reappointment of Nicholas Boyd to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a term expiring on March 31, 2018. And the appointment of Matthew McClellan to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a term expiring on March 31, 2018. And finally, the approval of minutes from the City Commission meeting on January 11, 2016.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Commissioners, the requested action is a motion to approve the consent agenda and authorize the city manager to sign all documents on behalf of the city. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lazar, supported by Commissioner Anderson. Clerk Rowling, please call the roll.
Commissioner Knott.
Yes, however, I'd like the record to state that my partner works for CARES. She's an early interventionist specialist.
Commissioner Milzarek.
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes.
I'd also like to vote yes and also disclose a conflict of interest with item number 7. I am a sitting board member of CARES, so I'll be abstaining on that item.
Commissioner Urban.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooney.
Yes.
Mayor Hopewell.
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion carried. Mr. Manager?
First is the acceptance of a grant from the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation in the amount of $150,000 to support the Group Violence Intervention Program.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Vice Mayor Cooney?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to commend Chief Hadley for continuing to pursue this program, which I believe will be a great preventive program to stop violence in the community. And I also want to commend Isaac, who championed this whole initiative. And I believe there's a member of the audience from Isaac who would like to speak to this issue.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Cooney. Anyone in the audience wanting to address this item, please step to the podium. You will have 4 minutes. Give us your name and whether you live within the city. There's a sign-in sheet as well if you want to sign in before or after your comments. Good evening, sir.
Mayor Hopewell, Commissioners. My name is Steve Barber. I live at 532 Montrose Avenue in Kalamazoo. On behalf of Isaac, I want to thank you for your support for this group violence intervention. I want to thank the Gilmore Foundation and the city for providing the funds necessary to train those involved in this outreach effort. I want to recognize and thank the public safety officers and agency workers who will be involved. The members of Isaac are committed to joining the community, the faith organizations in this community, non-profit organizations in this community, and other organizations to be the moral voice in this community. This intervention is about our families, family members and our children. This intervention will demonstrate this community's love, sometimes tough love, but love all the same, for those who are facing challenges in their lives. Through these interventions, this community will show its love by reaching out and helping agencies and agency representatives to assist individuals in need. Isaac members, faith organizations, partner organizations, and members of the community will be invited to support these efforts through prayer and thoughtful meditation. The success of this intervention will be measured by the success of the individuals served who find a new way, a new direction, and a way to realize the American dream. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, please. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Wendy Flora. I live in the Millwood neighborhood of the city, and I am currently the co-chair of the Isaac Youth Violence Prevention Task Force. On behalf of Isaac, I want to thank Mayor Hopewell, Vice Mayor Cooney, the rest of the commission, as well as City Manager Ritzman for your support of the group violence intervention strategy. I would also like to commend Chief Hadley for his vision and willingness to make systemic changes to the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. Chief Hadley has built the foundation so that these changes can be successful and sustainable. The GVI strategy is innovative and shows that Chief Hadley and his team are open to new ideas to make our community safe. Isaac has been in talks with KEPS about this effort since 2012. The attraction for Isaac of this particular strategy is that there is an intervention piece which offers assistance to those who want to make positive changes in their lives. We are committed to assist in organizing the moral voice of the intervention. We're looking forward to working with all of the community organizations that will be a part of this worthwhile endeavor. Thank you again for your support.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wanting to address this item? Seeing no one, Commissioners, the requested action is a motion to approve this item and authorize the city manager to sign all documents on behalf of the city. Is there a motion? Moved by Commissioner Knott. Support. Supported by Vice Mayor Cooney. Discussion, Commissioners? Clerk Bowen, please call the roll.
Commissioner Milzarek.
Yes.
Commissioner Sykes.
Yes.
Commissioner Urban.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooney.
Yes.
Mayor Hopewell.
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Knott.
Thank you, Commissioners. Motion carried. Mr. Manager?
Next, we have approval of the release of the 2016 draft action plan for a 30-day public comment period to begin on February 16, 2016, as required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Anyone wanting to comment on this item, please step to the podium. You'll have 4 minutes. Give us your name and whether you live within the city. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a report this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to call forward Vanessa Collins-Smith, our Community Development Compliance Specialist, and she's going to give a brief overview And then the Bill Wells from the CDAC, the Community Development Act Advisory Committee Chair, will briefly introduce this as well.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I wasn't aware there was going to be a report. So, good evening.
Good evening. Community Planning and Development is here to request that you open the 30-day comment period on the 2016 Draft HUD Action Plan, which is year 3 of our 2014-18 Consolidated Plan. In September 2015, 2 pre-submission trainings were held for potential applicants to request funding for the 2016 program year for affordable housing and neighborhood enhancement grants, which are 2 key priorities in our current consolidated plan. 6 applications were submitted as part of the competitive application process. Total amount requested for 2016 was $1,096,000. Total amount available is $679,250. In November, December, and January, these CDAC subcommittees met to review and score noted applications. CDAC voted to award partial funding to 3 of 4 applicants for CDBG according to scoring guidelines and to fully fund 3 out of 4 applicants for home. Remaining home funds were awarded to the 4th applicant. In summary, all applicants received awards. Our 2016 draft budget. Included in the draft budget before you, we are funding the following: public safety, parks and recreation, fair housing, code enforcement, neighborhood infrastructure, improvement projects, and residential demolition. On January 14th, CDAC recommended that the draft HUD action plan be forwarded to the Commission with no changes to open the 30-day comment period. We have not received our official allocation amounts from HUD, so the numbers reflected in the drafted budget may change based on our final HUD allocation and as a result of comments received during the 30-day period. Our expected allocations are as follows. CDBG, $1,536,917. Home, $450,000. ESG, $140,690. These numbers are based on our actual 2015 HUD allocations. At the end of the 30-day comment period, the Commission will hold a public hearing. The final step in this process is the submission of the draft action plan to HUD, which is due May 15, 2016. Thank you for your consideration this evening. At this time, I would like to welcome Bill Wells, our CDAC chair, to the podium to say a few words.
Welcome, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be here. I can't say enough about the Commission's just the will to allow citizen volunteers to come in and do a lot of the work that is done in the city. And I'm talking about all the commissions and boards that are involved, and I just count that as a privilege. We have spent a lot of time working to provide for the low and moderate income housing needs of the city. And as we all know, the funds have been dwindling year after year after year. So we are trying to be more creative as a committee and working with city staff to look at more options that are available. I do have one member of the CDAC committee with us tonight. I'd like to recognize Dana Underwood, and there are several that are not here tonight. We are missing a few because we do have some vacancies. It's a wonderful work of love, and I really appreciate the privilege to be involved with this and look forward to all of the people that the funds will really help. And so I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else, President? Any questions of the staff or the committee? Any citizen wanting to address this item, please step to the podium. You'll have 4 minutes. Give us your name and whether you live within the city. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Dana Underwood. I live in the Stewart neighborhood. And I am one of those citizen participants on CDAC, that portion of the committee that considers the competitive grant application process. And I wanted to share with you just a little bit, because I know some of you are new to the commission, and some of you have been in the commission a while but may not know this. This is, I believe, my 6th year serving. And during that time, I've noticed quite a number of changes. When I started, the competitive grant application process was giving out grants as little as $8,000. There was more money to give out, there were smaller amounts, and as a result, I mean, the first binder that I got for applications had close to 40 applications to review to give out money. Over the 6 years, the overall amount of money, as you know, has dwindled, but also the committee has, through conversations with, and guided by city staff, decided that it would be better if we awarded larger amounts of money, perhaps to correspondingly smaller number of groups. In the last application process, I had to review 7 applications. So it doesn't actually make the job easier, though, because all the applications are good, and all of the projects and the people who propose the projects are reputable, and we hate to make those decisions. But the other change that has been made is that through discussion on the committee, we really have honed our scoring criteria. And it's not just a number, but it's how are we scoring these, are we developing scoring criteria that reflect the needs of the community as set out in the priorities and the consolidated plan. So number one, we're honing our scoring criteria. Another thing that takes a lot of time, and I commend my committee members that are on the committee that I served on, is are we judging the applications by the scoring criteria that we articulate? And we spend a lot of time doing that, and then we also developed a couple of years ago the standard deviation to make sure that we were trying to not skew the scores by one person who has a different scoring criteria. And I think that that's important. It's a lot of work. I think that it's important for citizens to participate in this committee, and it's important to have citizen participation on this committee. We look forward to changing and continuing to grow and give input and provide input both as to how we think the community goals can best be served by the money that's given to us. So I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to participate on this and to stress how important I think it is to have the citizen participation in the process. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wanting to address this item? Seeing no one, commissioners, the requested action. Okay, sorry. The requested action is a motion to approve. Is there a motion? Moved by Commissioner Urban. Support. Supported by Commissioner Anderson. Discussion? Commissioner Sykes.
Yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank the citizen members of the CDAC committee, as well as the community planning and development staff who are very much engaged in that process. I'm a strong believer that, as we're figuring out what to do with our funding and trying to serve each one of our neighborhoods the best way possible, that you can't do that well without citizen participation. So I am grateful to those who serve and put a lot of time and energy into this process. I am learning more and more just how much time and energy it takes, and your commitment is incredible. And I look forward to seeing the work that you all do in the future. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Milzar.
I just wanted to also thank the committee members on CDAC. Having spent 6 years on that committee, I certainly know the amount of time and dedication that goes into reviewing these applications, and have been involved in the change process of evaluating how we do things every year and how to improve that, and excited to see where that'll go into the future as we always evolve and change with the needs of the community and the funding changes that come down. Certainly always it's frustrating to see cuts come from the federal level, but they are what they are, and we adapt and change as a city. So I just really wanted to thank those members, and then also note that I will be abstaining on the vote due to my employer has a partnership relationship with some of the recommended recipients. So.
Thank you, Commissioner. Other comments? I just want to thank the committee also for your hard work and the changes that you've made, you've evolved, and really embrace doing this differently, and even the challenge that comes when you're bringing change forward, when you're trying to manage that. I also like that it gives you a sense of sometimes what happens up here when we have to make decisions, and can't always make everybody smile, and don't always get a hug at the end of the meeting, but we still have to move forward. We still have to put our hearts and souls and do our best for the community. That happens at your committee, it happens at transit, it happens in every group that we have that's doing the work of the city, and happens here on every other Monday night. With that, Clerk Borland, please call the roll.
Commissioner Sykes?
Yes.
Commissioner Urban?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooney?
Yes.
Mayor Hopewell?
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Knott?
Yes.
Commissioner Milzarek?
Thank you, Commissioners. Motion carried. Mr. Manager, you have a report this evening?
Yeah, one item, Your Honor. It's been a year since we extended the downtown design review guidelines to the Southtown area, and as was part of the approval process, the staff were to come back with an annual report, or a report after the first year. We will be making that report at the next commission meeting on the 7th. In the meantime, CP&D staff will be holding a Southtown Design Review District community meeting on the 2nd of March. That's a Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. at the Washington Square Library to share updates on the program, to review program evaluation data, and to get input on the draft Southtown appendix for the DDRD guidelines. Just wanted to put that out there.
What time is that meeting?
5:30 p.m.
We'll go till when?
What time will the meeting go till?
To an hour.
An hour?
Take people's questions, answer, and get the information out there.
I would recommend that it go longer because it's starting at 5:30, so that we can say 7:30 or something, so we have no doubt that everyone that evening can have an opportunity and not have to worry about rushing home from work. I would also encourage us to have some electronic opportunities, whether it's social media, email, that sort of thing, and I would even see if there's a way to web stream that meeting to allow for that portal as well. We know that this was an interesting challenge we had over a year ago on this item, and so engaging as much as we possibly can differently, similarly to how CDAC is working differently. I think we need to broaden the opportunity to comment, be involved, communicate, and engage on this item. So if we could possibly do that, that's my recommendation. Anything else in your report, Mr. Manager?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anyone in the audience wanting to comment on any item this evening, anything, please step to the podium. You will have 4 minutes. Give us your name and whether you live within the city. Seeing no one, we are now at anyone in the audience wanting to comment on anything this evening, please step to the podium. You'll have 4 minutes. Give us your name and whether you live within the city. There's also a sign in form by the flag. Can come after or before. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is April Anders, and this is my family, Jeff Anders and Jesse Anders. This is our first time coming to a meeting, so correct me if I'm wrong. We were told that if we have a concern...
You live in the city, ma'am.
Yes, we live in the city. We were told that we could come to this particular meeting and voice our concerns in regards to an accident that happened on Oakland. There was a tree that was rotten that fell on my son's vehicle as he passed by. Approximately the day would have been January 10th. And fortunately, the fire department was passing by and they were able to extract him from the vehicle. We found out that because of our PLPD, that there was nothing that we could do as far as insurance coverage was concerned. And what happened after that, he paid cash for everything that needed to be done for the car. However, during that time period, he was busing to and from his job. Unfortunately, on the 27th, which was shortly after that particular accident, my stepson got off of the bus, and as he stepped in the crosswalk to cross in the corner of West Lane and Kendall, he was hit by an oncoming car. Fortunately, we did secure the right type of insurance, so we have a $500 deductible. But I was wondering, is it possible that someone could direct us or help us, because we do feel the city is liable for his damages, and would like to see if there's some way to have some assistance with covering that.
So, ma'am, we don't respond back because there's so many people that may come before you, but we've had staff that's heard what you've had to say, and I'm sure some commissioners will ask, give some direction, or give a request of the staff.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wanting to address the commission this evening? Good evening, ma'am.
I'm the ward member of the Stewart neighborhood.
Ms. Underwood, would you hang on one second? Ma'am, you may want to stay. Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you. There you go.
So the mention of the design standards, I recall being in the audience when these came up and the big discussion about the extension of the design standards. And I recall that the city's position was that design standards are good for a number of reasons, but one reason is that they promote predictability. So, and predictability promotes investment, that people don't want to invest in building when they're not sure what kind of a building could be next door or what type of a structure could be next door. So, I hope I'm correct in at least that portion of it. So I am curious why our city has not come out with any statement on the Historic District Modernization Act, which seeks to do away with historic districts, which are a form of design standards. And there have been a number of cities that have come out with a position on this, and I am advocating one position, but I'm just curious why we haven't heard anything from the city at all on this. So that's my question. And they say in radio, I'll take my answer offline.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wanting to address the commission this evening? Seeing no one, we are at commissioners' comments. Commissioner Mozart.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to thank everyone who came out tonight. I'd also like to thank my fellow commissioners and city staff for the wonderful retreat we had a little over a week ago. It was very nice to be able to sort of dive deep on some issues, and I'm really excited to see we're moving into a work session on the revenue options. Obviously, we had a lot of work on that with the revenue panel over the last 6 months, and one item that we didn't get to do in the revenue panel was engage with the public and hear a little bit of feedback from the public. So I really look forward to that phase of exploration to hear from the community a little bit more and dive deeper on the recommendations that are given from that group. That's all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Urban?
I have nothing this evening.
Commissioner Knott?
Sure, thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's been a busy 2 weeks for me since our last meeting. I've had just over 3 dozen constituents, residents contact me looking for me to be a liaison or a troubleshooter as issues have arisen in their personal lives. I've also been asked to do a number of speaking engagements, and I appreciate the relationship with the city manager as we kind of troubleshoot some of these challenges. So the comments that were just made by the woman and her family minutes ago, I guess I asked Mr. City Manager who will be assigned to investigate her claims and provide some assistance.
Mr. Manager?
Yeah, Jerome Castorni will look into this and work with the city attorney on any issues regarding this.
Thank you.
Mr. Attorney?
I've already looked into it, and I was the one that denied the claim. And the claim was denied because cities are not responsible for falling trees. We are responsible for the condition of the road, but not for anything that falls within the road. There's Michigan case law that substantiates that. In fact, there was a woman in, I want to say Bay County, but I could be wrong. A limb fell on her car and killed her, and her estate, the defense was governmental immunity, that there's no responsibility for trees because they're outside of the roadway, and that case was dismissed, the dismissal was upheld on appeal. And so, for that reason, because the city is not an insurance company, and we have governmental immunity, the claim for the tree falling on the car was denied.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. Commissioner Sykes? Commissioner Anderson?
One thing first here also, just for the city manager, relative to the other question, we did have some discussion about this possible change in historic designation, and I know there was some follow-up about that. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Sure. A letter went out under my signature regarding the issue. It's a statewide issue, obviously, and so we did talk about it at administrative committee last week, too, about possibly having the commission as a whole do something, and we'd certainly be willing to take something forward if the commission would like to act on that. But the request for the letter was separate, on behalf of the city.
I know we were going to touch base and see where it was in the process or what the time frame is. Did you get any information on that? In terms of,
I don't know yet where that stands, but we'll certainly provide that information.
I think it's just in the early stages. It was introduced as probably in committee. So I wondered. I'm sorry. It's probably in committee. I think it's in the House. I don't think it's been over to the Senate. So it's just in the committee aspect at this point. That's my understanding.
And this is also, we have a legislative committee being scheduled too with our lobbyists. We can certainly discuss it there as well.
All right, thank you. Well then, just a few things I do want to talk about. Well, today is an auspicious day in Kalamazoo for a variety of reasons, but one in particular I want to mention, and that is that today's tax day. The taxes are due. And I want to remind people, because most people don't necessarily see your tax bill or think about it. Many people might have a mortgage and it's paid by their escrow account. And people make some comments about the taxes and the big tax bill and how much it costs to live in the city of Kalamazoo. And I guess I want to remind folks that this particular tax bill does not pay anything to the city of Kalamazoo. These are not city of Kalamazoo taxes. If you take an opportunity to look at your tax bill, which actually I guess you have until midnight to pay and not have any penalties, someone will be standing back collecting the checks, but of that total tax bill, 90, depending on whether it's a homestead or a commercial property, over 90% of that tax bill is really an education tax bill. For an individual who lives on their own property here, a third of that tax bill is going to support K-RISA, which is our intermediate school district, and some of those funds get dispersed around. A little bit over a third goes to Kalamazoo Public Schools, and another 20% goes to support our library. There's a smaller piece in there, which is 7.5% as a county-wide
public safety millage and a couple smaller items. But that is, that is our contribution from anybody that owns property and pays a regular millage rate in town to supporting this community to be vibrant, to have good schools. And I know that even though it may be painful in the moment, I guess I am proud that we're all in this together getting to do it. So tax talk was the first thing. Second thing I wanted to mention was I just want to encourage folks to do this, and I hope I'm not going to be overwhelming the department, but there's been some discussion here about water and water quality, and certainly for good reason everybody's concerned about that and thinking about our own water here in town. And some discussions about Portage offering free water testing, that kind of thing. I just wanted to remind folks that the city of Kalamazoo has provided free water testing, lead and copper sampling and testing for over 20 years, continues to do that. If anyone's interested, you can actually call and schedule a water test at your house. I would actually recommend that folks who live particularly in older houses take advantage of that opportunity. The primary contributor to lead in the water is going to be the service line, which connects from the street to your home, and there are still service lines in Kalamazoo that are lead pipe service lines, or older fixtures or pipes inside your own house. So it's just something that's good to be aware of. It's really quite easy to schedule. I quietly scheduled one for myself, hoping that no one would recognize me so I wouldn't be experiencing any special dispensation, and I don't think I did. You get scheduled a few weeks out because there's a list of people. Happens first thing in the morning, you can get it done before you go to work. That's the time when they want it to happen, so water has been sitting in the pipes all night long. We've got a long test of semi-stagnant water for 6 to 8 hours that they will test right out of the tap, and I would encourage anyone to do it. I haven't got my report back yet, but I live in a house that was built in 1896, so certainly is something that's been aware of. I encourage people to do that. And then I think tonight just seems like an important night to recognize this again. We're honoring Sergeant Robert Al Goodwin, and back in December we welcomed 14 new young people into the Department of Public Safety right here. I thought that was a fantastic recognition for 14 folks that we're asking to do the work of being city guardians, to run towards danger, to not only serve as guardians and police officers, but also to serve as our fire department here in the city of Kalamazoo. It's unusual. I think we might be the biggest, the largest combined fire and public safety, police department in the country, and it's just fantastic to see folks interested in doing this work and realizing how important it is, and more so how important it is how you do that work. And I think tonight we talked about an individual who did that work in the right way. And I just want to read a couple words. These may be slightly, this is a quote from the Gazette. If anyone's interested, in the Sunday Gazette, there was pictures, bios of these 14 folks who are stepping up to do this work. And the chief, in his comments that evening in December, when the folks were sworn in, basically said that he asked the new officers to care, work hard, tell the truth, be humble, treat people like you want to be treated, and love and enjoy this community. That is the contract. It isn't very complicated. I think that's good words for all of us, but I really appreciated this evening when I think we're recognizing an individual who was the symbol for that kind of devotion and that kind of character.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor.
Well, like my colleagues, I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. I think there's one person who's always faithful, but he's not here tonight because I think it's the 41st anniversary of his 40th birthday. And so I want to read into the record, happy birthday to Frank Warren, who's not here tonight.
And with that, we are adjourned.